Hi again, guys. So I thought I'd do one more video for you to show you how, if you'd like to add items to your room, but you need to rotate them so that they face in a different direction, how you can go about doing that. There's a rotate tool. So I'm just going to pull up the object. Again, you want to make sure that the object size is not too big. This one is 0.45, so it's not too bad. So I'd like the object to go on that back wall underneath the painting right there. So here's the object and it's coming in and it's facing the wrong way. I could put it on this wall over here and it would still look nice, but that's not exactly what I want. So I'm going to drop it down out here outside of the room. And over here underneath the move tool is a rotate tool. And the way this rotate tool works is this circle will drop onto your object in a variety of places. So if I put it on the front of the object, right now, see how it's green? When you get that circle to be in the facing in the direction you want to actually rotate your object on, you want to put the circle down, just click once to put it down. And then you need to click again to start rotating. And so as you can see, this is rotating along that axis. That's not what I want, so I want to drop it. So I want to hit escape on my keyboard in the upper left-hand corner, the escape key. So there, I just dropped it. And now I can again move the circle and put it in the right direction, which is going to be directly on top of this object. So now I clicked once to put it down. Now I want to click again to start rotating. And there, now it's rotating in the direction that I want it. But remember that you can type to put in a number of degrees that you want to turn it. So maybe I'm going to try, I want to turn it 90 degrees. Enter and see what happens. All right, actually, and it actually worked. I think that that was exactly how I wanted to turn it. So that's cool. So now this thing is facing the right direction. Remember, when you're done with a tool, you want to come up here back to the arrow so that that tool doesn't keep driving you crazy. Now I've got this object and gonna put it right underneath that painting. So I'm going to take the move tool, go back to that, click on it. All right, now I've got the move tool and I want to come over here and I would like the back of this object to go against this wall. So it's going to help me out if I grab the object from this corner over here and then I can zoom in while I'm moving. So I just zoomed in with the mouse wheel, and if I hold this object right against that corner, see how it says on edge? That's literally on the edge between the floor and the wall. So that's perfect. If I want it to be out a little bit more, I could put it on the face here, and then now it's on the floor. Or I could, if I wanted it floating on the wall, I could put it on that face, but I want it on this edge right here. So I can click to drop it there. Now I'm going to go back to the mouse, the arrow, and I'm going to click away because I just want to zoom out and I want to see how I did. Did I get it close to where I wanted it? Oh my goodness, I actually got it pretty darn close to the center of that wall. I would like to make it a little bit bigger though. I suspect that the objects in this room are a little small based on the size. So the way I'm going to be able to tell that is if I go to this tape measure and I click on the one that it looks like a hurdle to me. It's like a goalpost or something. So if you click on that, I want to see how tall this object is. So if I click once on the floor and then I come up and I click again on the top of the corner of it and I drag it out and click to drop it. Because of the way the colors are, it's kind of hard to see. Oh, there it is. I just saw it. It was there. So it's blue. You'll be able to see better in your own design. There it is. Anyway, it says 2 feet 8 inches. So that object is too short to be realistic. It really should be at least 3, if not 4 feet, right? So I want to use the scale tool. So back here underneath the move tool, this one here is the scale tool, and we can use that to change the size of objects. So I want to go back to the arrow and I want to select this piece of furniture. Then I want to come back to move and grab the scale tool, and that puts all these handles on the object, and depending upon which handle I pull, it will stretch out that object in different ways. If you grab from that handle, for example, don't forget you can undo. It stretched it out straight, but it stretched it in a funny kind of way. Which I didn't want it to do, and of course now it's being slow, but you want to grab it from one of the handles on the corner. So the page froze for a minute there, and a window came up that said page unresponsive. Do you want to wait or do you want to close? And I just picked wait, and it took about 30 seconds, and then it finally went back to doing what it was supposed to be doing. So you just have to be a little bit patient. So as I was saying before, see how it, when I grab the corner, how it says uniform scale about the opposite point? Basically what this is doing, if you grab it by the corners, it's gonna scale the whole thing exactly proportionate so that it doesn't kind of stretch it out in funny ways. So I'm just gonna make this thing a little bit bigger. And now I'm going to click away. And then I'm going to go back to the move tool here. And now I'd like to get that thing centered on that wall. So I'm just going to grab it. And I think I'll grab it by the floor again, this corner on the floor. Or if I could grab it from this corner too, this time, I only want to go sideways. I don't want to move forward, back, or up or down. So if I click there and I start to move, I see how you can see that red line. It's telling me that it's moving exactly on the red axis. So it's just moving side to side. It's not going up or down in any way. And so I can kind of try to center it underneath that painting. And it doesn't have to be perfect. Click to stop and then go back to your arrow to be done. And then click away from your object so you can kind of see what it looks like. And when we zoom back out, that looks pretty nice actually. I like it. So this table we probably should have scaled before we added these other objects onto it. So I'm not going to try to change the size of that right now. But so one at a time, when you're adding objects into your design, check to make sure that they're facing the right way and that they're scaled and sized so that they would be realistic. And you can really add a bunch of cool things and really make this design unique. All right. Good luck. Have a good time. Thanks. Don't forget to reach out with any questions. Bye-bye.